calling the penalty. It's Johnson. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. Give him 17 on the pickup there, and the Texans also get a new set of downs. Now on the heels of that run by Johnson, here's another 1st and 10.
Richmond.
They go play action here on 1st down. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
That 1st down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Out of the gun, Watson. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. First catch for him. It's good for a dozen and a 1st down. So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Now a handoff. Johnson. And shot through the tackle. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. That's good for 21 yards and a 1st down. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation. We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. This drive, it's been a good mix. 3 passing plays, 3 runs, hitting on all 3 of those passes, and the last one putting him in the red zone.
So wouldn't you think play action right here? Because you've got the ability and had the ability to run it and throw it. Go play action and take your shot at the end zone.
And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Now after the play, it looks like there's a Texan here slow to get up. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. Now a 1st carry for Lamar Miller. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Lamar Miller, his 1st touchdown of the new season. And the Texans take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. Extra point was hooking, but he does make it through. And it's now a 7-0 game. Here's Myers now to kick it away. This one taken just inside the 10. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. Here's the 1st carry for Alex Collins. Across the 30 to the 31-yard line. Aaron Colvin there to make the tackle.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of 1st downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
On 2nd down, Collins. And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting third and about 4 to go. Here's Jackson. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked up by Levante David. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line. And now out comes Houston. Now they'll be looking to duplicate the efforts of drive number 1 that resulted in 7 points in the 7-zip lead.
Well, you know how much I enjoy horse racing, right? Looks like they caught a flyer out of the gate, as they would say when you're running the big-time races. Means they get out to a fast start. They're setting the pace, making the other team chase now.
And he only manages a couple here down to about the 38-yard line.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
On second down, here's Miller. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Give him 6 on the play, and that's going to lead to a third down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Black 22! Black 22!
3rd and 2, Watson. He loses 4, and it brings up 4th. On now is the kicker, Jason Myers, for the field goal try. From the left hash, this from 53 yards out. And this kick is not going to be close. It's well short, well right to boot. And this score will stay right where it is.
Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it. And this one winds up no good.
And the Ravens taking the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Now Jackson on second down. Caught here by Griffin. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 16 yards on that one at a Raven first. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll throw on 1st down with Jackson. Steps away to his left. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
I think the last 2 plays really illustrate how difficult it is to game plan against this guy because you know he can throw the football, but how about his use of legs as well, what we call those broken plays? You can't account for them.
Yeah, those plays, those 2 that you just mentioned, a microcosm really of how he can hurt you.
Gun!
Play action. Now Jackson. That is caught at the 7. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. A really nice gain of 25 yards. First red zone chance now for the Ravens. They've got a 1st and goal to go at the 7. Now a first carry for their fullback. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. Second quarter now. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis with you. It's the Ravens who have the football, and they'll come up looking to keep this drive moving. From the 2 now, second and goal. They come out here in the eye. And this is not going to do it as he stopped at the 2-yard line. Officially no gain on the sneak. Kind of a wasted play there, and now it's third down. Trying to punch it in with Collins. And this will result in him losing yardage. Back to the 3. A loss of a yard, and it brings up fourth.
Now, this feels like old-school football because this has turned into a good old-fashioned goal line stand. So on offense, what do you do now? Do you decide to run it or throw it if you go for it on fourth down?
A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that happens because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to.
A loose football. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
And they'll start the drive on the ground with Johnson. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up second and 5. Here's Watson now on second down. Looking for Johnson, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Jordan Hicks. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line. They were looking for Johnson that time. The Ravens offense now, they get set and head back onto the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased, and they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But also have to remember, they did put points on the board.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Bernardrick McKinney able to run him down for a loss of a yard.
Well, the beauty of screen passes is they take a little time to develop, and they can often hit big, but sometimes they take too long to develop, and sometimes you get sacked.
Yeah, what's perfectly called for a defense to attack a screen?
Typically a blitz, and even though people think that the screen operates against the blitz, if you have the blitz called and you still cover the screen, now that allows your blitzers to get there.
And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. Second down and long. From the gun, it's Jackson. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Jadeveon Clowney in there to bring him down for a loss of 7. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and 4. Jackson from the shotgun. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
And now out comes Houston. Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. He's going to rifle one deep left side. So they took a shot on 1st down but couldn't connect.
And you just know when that play call came in, their eyes lit up, because anytime you get a chance to take a big shot downfield, that's a lot of fun, and they missed an opportunity.
Again from the 20 after the incompletion. Here's 2nd and 10. Throwing again on 2nd and 10, Watson. He rifles one that's intercepted. Anthony Averett picks it, and he will score. Touchdown, Baltimore.
That was an interception, but on the field, the guys who are picking it off, they're not saying that. What word are they using? It's Oski, and that means catch the ball and go the other way.
That's your vernacular. I've never heard anybody say Oski.
Ask around. They'll tell you.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and the lead is now 10-7. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Heading out is the Texans offense as they get set to take over here. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. Fresh off the pick 6, it's Watson. Man open, that's Kiki QT complete. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. A 1st down carry now for Miller. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
To throw on 2nd is Watson. In the middle, it's complete. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down.
It is hard in zone coverage to stop a curl route because when they see it, they just try and find the open spot and sit down.
Yeah, we always talk about finding the soft spot in the zone. What's the key to doing that? How do you do it?
You have to read what the coverage is. Is it 2 deep? Is it 3 deep? Because then you know where the linebackers are going to drop, what spots in the field they naturally get to, and you find that open space, and then you're in sync with your quarterback. He should be reading the exact same thing, and they put the ball right on you.
They stay on the ground on first with Johnson. They'll wind up getting 4 down to the 36.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
On 2nd down, Johnson. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. So a 3rd and 9, and 6 defensive backs out there in the dime.
Patrolling the passing lanes.
Here's Watson. And that is incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
So another long try for 3 and another kick that comes up lacking.
Yeah, this isn't going to do any wonders for his field goal percentage, but you have to figure as a head coach that when you send a guy out there to try and kick from that distance, it's a 50-50 proposition at best.
So the missed 56-yarder, and now the flip side. Good starting field position at the 46 near midfield. Now a play fake here on first down. Got a man complete. It's Chris Hogan. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. He got 29 yards that time. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. We're back to Houston after this timeout. Here's a first down run with Collins. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. It's a pickup of 11 and a Baltimore first down.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive. Gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
Throwing now, Jackson on first down. Eluding the play. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Whitney Merciless. Able to get in there and take him down for a loss of 3. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is second and long. They'll run the counter with Collins. Oh, able to avoid him. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Second down, here's Jackson. And he can't hang on. That's definitely going to be one he wishes he had back. Incomplete in the end zone.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. Play action. It's Jackson. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. Jadeveon Clowney in there to drop him for his second sack now here tonight. And for the second time tonight, his field goal unit comes out here. He made his first attempt, this from 45. And Tucker, the former Longhorn, puts this one through. And the lead stretches to 6 here. It's 13-7. So as it turns out, that sack doesn't wind up costing them, Charles. They at least get points, get 3 of them.
Yeah, that's where your kicker can really come to your rescue because, you know, after the sack, there was a little consternation there. Are we out of field goal range? Are we going to be able to get 3? In this case, he stepped right up and gave them exactly what they needed.
The Texans offense now, they get set to head back on the field here. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
A little under 30 seconds to go. We'll see how they play it here on 1st and 10.
Come back, come back. Come back, come back. Tiger, tiger, tiger. Blue 80. Blue 80.
On 1st down, it's Watson. Flush to his right. Shakes off the sack. And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete.
They certainly thought they had him surrounded and probably thought they were going to get him on the ground and get the sack, but he was able to elude that. And even though it threw it incomplete downfield, if you're a defensive back, you're loving the pressure that you're seeing from your front.
So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28.
Tiger, tiger, tiger. Tiger, tiger, tiger. Tiger, tiger, tiger.
Back to the air, Watson on 2nd down. Wide open receiver, complete. And now before this 1st down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the 1st half. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10.
Check front set. Check front set. 6 yards. Check 6. Black 99 Philly.
Now a 1st down throw, Watson. He lost 9 there. That's really going to set him back for 2nd down. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime.
Tiger, tiger, tiger. Black 99 Philly. Let's get off the
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. Big Sheldon Rankins there to bring him down. We have hit halftime. We now proceed to the start of the 2nd half. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. This will be fielded at the 8. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. Out come the Ravens now. They'll go on offense first here in this 3rd quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the 3rd quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the 1st half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies, try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the 1st half.
We'll see if they do just that. On the tackle, Tyrann Mathieu. In the 1st half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
They go again with Collins. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Watch it now, Barney.
Jackson on 1st down. He's going to let this one go deep. And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on at 2nd down.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10.
Watch it now, Barney.
They go play action now. Jackson rolling to his right. And It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
In the early days of the NFL, you could easily blame these drops on maybe some uneven or uncertain lighting in a stadium. Not anymore. The lights are pretty good.
Yeah, they're great here at night, but his second drop, indeed, not a good look. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Detroit!
And the blitz does come. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. So here's the Texans offense now. They get set third quarter. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance to turn that into points on the offensive end.
Can you imagine what the grease board looks like at the half? Because
no, tell me.
That's exactly what they printed up. Stop them on defense, get the ball back for our offense, and go downfield and score some points. Now, the last part remains to be seen, but they got the first part done very well.
Do people use grease boards, or you mean the magic marker boards?
Yeah, those two.
No gain there as he kept it himself at 2nd down. The stop for no gain brings up 2nd and 10 from the 20. Now a 10th carry for Johnson. That's good for a Texan first down, a 12-yard pickup.
That was good, tough running right up the middle. And if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
Tiger! Check! Down! Black 22! Black 22!
Now a play fake, and it's Watson. He sets to fire deep. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off by Tony Jefferson. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line. So now he's equaled his interception total from a week ago. Remember, Charles, he had 3 last week.
And you know, all week long he vowed to take that number down. Told the guys on the team, don't worry, things are going to pick up. I've got this. But he is in a major league rut right now. Let's see if his teammates can pick him up along the way.
You're right. He talked about being cool, calm, collective, rebounding. Not rebounding right here. The false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Now a give to Collins. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. Over the middle, that's caught by Hogan. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. A really nice gain of 25 yards. Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. But it looked like a Raven was able to get in there, and they will indeed keep the possession.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
So 2 disastrous running plays, and now they face a 3rd and very long. From the gun, Jackson trying to lay one up deep. And this will be caught at the 30. And that one results in 35 yards.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaking towards him. Had a little arc on it. He's got to find a way to get his head around and make a play on the football.
Jackson certainly giving the Ravens a spark in his rookie year. He's got him on the move with a first down. On the give, this is Collins running left. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Leopard! Leopard! Gun!
On second down, Jackson. Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29. Levante David in there to get him the 6th time they've sacked him tonight. The Ravens on third down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This is 3rd down and 12.
Gun! 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 Gun!
From the gun, Jackson. And he will find his man. That's Hogan, complete. And down inside the 15 he goes. The Raven passing game getting in sync. Another first down. This quarterback now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10.
Watch it now, Barney! Barney!
Now Collins. And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage. Back at the 17. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13.
Here we go! No, check! Patriot!
And again, it's Collins. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. He'll get 7 yards there on the keeper, but still 4th down. It's the Ravens in control of the football. They've also got the lead. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. And Tucker, the former Longhorn, puts this one through. And now it's a 2-score game at 9, 16-7. Same story continues. He's the only one that's scored for them, their kicker, with all the points.
So now when we hear the chants of MVP, they're definitely aimed at him because he has been the only guy who's put points on the board in this game.
Kickers are always either the hero or the GOAT. So far, he's definitely the hero. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. The Texans offense now, they get set to head back onto the field. Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10, right at the 30. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He's got Fuller. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. They go play action here on first down. And incomplete on the deep ball. Will Fuller was the intended target. And that'll bring up second down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield.
Hey. 4 down. Come back.
Throwing again is Watson. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And that's caught inside the 35. A really good pickup of 28 yards. Well, even after all those interceptions, he's not deterred, still confident to go deep at work there.
I think all the old rules about playing that position still apply. If things go wrong, you still act like you're the best player out on the field. You still carry that supreme arrogance with you and continue to fire the ball. I've seen guys have games like this, and this is where you find out if you're great or not. Can you overcome some interceptions and still lead your team to victory?
He lost 9 there. That's really going to set him back for second down. On second down, here's Watson. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is it allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
The Texans on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 19. From the gun, here's Watson. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
So on out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This will be from 56 yards out. And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. And it's hard to hold a kick from this distance against him, but that is now 3 misses for him in the game so far.
3! And you wonder where his head's at right now. Kickers are a funny breed, but I have a feeling he'd love to see a 29-yarder next time to get him back in the groove.
They'll begin the drive with Collins. And he's going to take this one down to about the 46-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
Leopard! Back 99 Philly, here we go! Gun!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. Jadeveon Clowney in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. That's fielded at the 8-yard line. Now a hit and a loose football. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line.
All right, zero rooting interest in it, but that one hurt.
Well, yeah, you're losing in the 4th quarter. A bad time for a fumble on a punt return.
They had an opportunity. All right, they were sensing. They're down on the scoreboard, and now they just gave that one up.
Off the play fake, here's Jackson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Bernardrick McKinney in there to get him for his second sack of the night.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. They run with Collins. And room there to work it inside the 25. 8 yards on the run there, and that trims it to a 3rd and 11 coming up.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long.
No. Jack, Patriot! Detroit! All right, now, lucky 56.
On 3rd down, Jackson. And right side caught Hogan. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. They'll get 11, but still a little short. 4th down. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. And Tucker, the former Longhorn, puts this one through. And that will give them a 12-point lead. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but they still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. And now out comes Houston. And last time out, another missed field goal, so maybe their confidence wavering a little bit right now in the kicking game.
And I'm with you on that. I think at this stage, they'd love to not run him back out there in a tough situation. But let's face it, they may have to. So right now, the head coach is talking to the offense coordinator and saying, call this game like we're going to put it in the end zone. Let's try and take the field goal out of it.
And he'll be hit from behind and taken down.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. What, he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. To throw is Watson. Throw left side complete. It's Fuller. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. Short play like that in this situation this late, that's a win for the defense.
No doubt. I remember something Coach Madden used to talk about all the time. Sometimes you can't just take what the defense gives you. You have to take what you need. And in this case, the offense is taking what the defense is giving them, not what they need.
3rd and long. It's Watson. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Tony Jefferson, and they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offensive coordinator, quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Time for a break. We'll come back to wrap this one up after this. Got to figure the rush is going to be fierce again as they come up 2nd and 13. This is Collins on the handoff. And he goes across midfield and down into Houston territory. Now, this is a big third down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Gun, gun. Gun, gun. Gun.
From the gun on third down, Jackson. The throw left side complete to Hogan. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. The quick slant, good for 8 and a first. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They pitch it out to Collins. And he'll take this one down to about the 40. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Here's Collins. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. On the stop, it's Delvin Breaux.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. It'll be a gain of 4, but it won't be enough. It leaves him with a 4th down now. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it, get the first down, close it out.
And did they keep it in? They did. They kept it in. It's down close to the goal line at the 1-yard line. And here comes the Texans now. This is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game. So after it's over, you're going to go to the film, find out where the game was really lost. But this is not a situation now where you're going to make up for anything.
We'll see what they do here. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play.